Sipamandla, good to talk to you this morning. Now, the ANC is being very ambitious because just next door, Ellis Park, you've also got the Johannesburg Stadium, and they're planning to fill both stadiums, Ellis Park 60,000 capacity and Johannesburg Stadium 37,000 capacity. That's almost 100,000 supporters expected to come through into that precinct.
Absolutely, indeed. That's what the chairperson of the ANC in Gauteng, David Makura, told my colleague Vuyo Mvogo earlier on, that they are hoping to get more than 100,000 people here today for their final rally. It's called the Siyanqoba Rally. It's the final push, just hours before the all-important 2019 general election. The ANC is going all out. This is the party under siege. It's the party which has been plagued by credibility issues and crises. Its image has been tainted. Brand ANC is under siege, particularly in Gauteng. You would have people and experts who are speculating that the ANC here will have to fight hard in order to retain this province. We are inside Ellis Park Stadium here. People will be trickling in, we are told, but it's still empty for now. We picked up some information that ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa was still in KwaZulu-Natal this morning, but is expected to be making his way here to Ellis Park Stadium, where he will be addressing ANC members and supporters. Right now we are joined by ANC NEC member Ronald Lamola, one of the youngest NEC members of the ANC. Babu Lamola, thank you very much for your time as the ANC NEC member and a young person. Surely you expect young people to show up here today?
Yes, young people have been revisionated across the country. They are in support of the ANC, and I'm sure that 70% of this stadium will be filled by them because they've got hope that the ANC will renew itself. They've got hope that the ANC will resolve the unemployment crisis. They've got hope that the ANC will resolve the skills issues that we have in the country. So the youth are very energetic. They are re-energized. They will be here.
But you were not visible as young people of the ANC in the campaign. The ANC Youth League is dead.
No, we've been visible. I mean, I met you in Umtata. I have seen you in KZN. We've been across the country. Many young people of the ANC have been running the elections program of the ANC. Across the country, almost 90% of the structures of the ANC branches are led by the youth of the ANC. Regions are led by young people, provinces. So the ANC is, in fact, a very young party which the media hasn't really picked up. But across the country, it's a very youthful organization.
Some people will disagree with you and say that is not true, basically based on your list. If you look at your list, there are some people who are young there, but that's another point for another time. Let's talk about the issue of land. When we see you, we see the issue and the question of land and young people. Is the ANC resolute and serious about the issue of land? Because some people have been questioning your commitment on that front.
Obviously, they can disagree with me on that issue of the youth because most of them, they don't appear on TV. But in reality, majority of our structures are led by young people. On the issue of the land, the ANC is resolute. The ANC was formed to resolve the land question. One of the first legislations the ANC drafted when it came into power in 1994, a 1996 Restitution Act. There have been various laws that deals with the land question, and those were the first issues we dealt with. What has struggled to work is the reality of an economic-based land reform program. The ANC is just saying, let's approach this matter in line with the rule of law. There will not be instant solutions, but there are solutions who are going to resolve the land question. We're going to address the imbalances of the past and the skewed ownership of the land, its commitment, and we're going to proceed with the processes of land reform.
Many issues facing young people in South Africa, but youth unemployment is the biggest threat to this country. And the issue of free education has been a thorn in the flesh of the ANC. When it comes to ANC successive economic policies, they failed to address the issue of economic growth, which will translate into job creation. How are you going to go about to do it this time around to benefit young people?
We have already made initiatives. The YES program has absorbed 1 million young people in internship. The aim is that they must be permanently employed when they exit the program. As it moves forward, there has also been various initiatives from the private sector which are beginning to bear fruit in terms of job creation, the Nissan plant, BMW, the various manufacturing areas across the country, the SEZ, special economic zones, who are revitalizing them in Sishiko, in Hammanskraal. So we are clear that this time around we are going to unlock also the rural population in terms of the economy, because the 2% economic growth which we are unable to move beyond is because the majority of the population is outside the mainstream of the economy.
And that has been your biggest failure?
No, it has not been our biggest failure. Since 1994, South Africa had less than 9 million people employed in 1994. Today we have got 16.5 million people employed. So the reason why we have this huge level of unemployment is because the population growth has been higher than the level of job creation, and also the output that we are making out of the education sector has been faster than the level of job creation. So we are now going to ensure that the level of job creation and the level of economic growth is at the same pace as that of the population, or is higher than that.
But young people are running out of patience. Let's move on because we are out of time here. After these elections, there is a lot of speculation. There is a list circulating about possible ministers. Which ministry are you going to be occupying after these elections?
No, obviously that is the prerogative of the president. I can't say anything, but we have stayed on the message as the ANC. Even when political parties try to defocus us and all kinds of speculations from within, we have stayed on the message. We have remained united. We want to ensure that the ANC rallies behind the vision of the president, and the ANC will fully support the work that the president is going to do on the 6th administration with more decisiveness.
But there are people who are opposed to that. There are people who are hell-bent on making sure that that cleaning up campaign is not taking off.
The cleaning campaign has already taken off. We already have commissions. He has appointed the NPA. Is proceeding. It is going the renewal process. It will move with renewed vigor and with more determination. It is clear that it cannot be stopped by anyone, and the president is going to finish his term. We are all agreeable that he's doing a good job for the ANC.
Okay, we'll have to see about that, Mr. Lamola. Thank you very much for your time. That's Ronald Lamola, one of the young members of the ANC. He's an NEC member and he comments on the issues of land as we take it to Pravuyo Mvogo. Pravuyo.